Welcome everyone back to the channel, and today I'm really excited to bring you a new series which we've been working on the past few months, which is Back to Basics. Now you may think, well, that just sounds simple. Well, it really is. Whether you're looking to get into fishing, you're a new angler that wants to improve, or you're an angler that just wants to pick up a few hints and tips, this is a series for you. Now we're going to be running through baits, setups, knots and everything in between to get you up to speed and catching them fish on the bank. So let's take a look at what we've got in the first video. Now in this video, we're going to run through how to sell a simple but effective pole rig for fishing for F1s in the springtime. Now, in the springtime when the fish are waking up, they're getting a bit more active and they're feeding more aggressive than they were in the winter time. You're going to want to change your rig so you can catch these big crafty fish with ease. Now, the first thing, the most important thing, is a float we're going to talk about. This one's just an F1 pellet and a 4x14. This is the most versatile. You can use it in all depths from 2.5 foot down to 5-6 foot. And that's what you're going to be fishing for, F1s in them depths in the springtime. Now there's a few factors on this float which are really important, which you'll need to catch them fish within your rig and make it a lot easier. Now the first one's your bristle. Got a 1.5mm top, so you can see all them little sharp jabs and dibs on your float. Now, if you were to have a 2mm, you might not see all them, and if you were to have a 1.2mm, you probably see too much and too many false bites. Now, slimline body, that aids with just sitting your rig nice and quickly, and then the wire stem matches this, nice and stable, stability's there, and just sits dead quickly. So what we're going to do is run through how to set up this rig, nice and simple for you to get off this first back to basics. So let's get to the rig now and get it made up. Now to start off with, you're going to need a few things. You're going to need your pole float, like I said, that's the one we're using, F1 pellet and a 4x14. You're going to need a winder for later, some float silicone, a little loop tire. I've just got the smallest ones because I keep my knot down at the end. Some main line, which we're going to use 015. And we've got some scissors, some shot pliers. Really important with this is you've got flat edges so you don't mark your shot. And then we've got our shot. Now I know this float takes, I think it's 7 or 8 number 8s. Yeah, 7 number 8s, I think it is. Should know, it's in one of my videos. So let's get it started. We're going to start off with this end. We've got the trusty rig board. If you want to know how to make one of these, I'll put the link in the description below. Let's just get going with this now. First of all, grab your line. So you're going to get your line now, and you want to slot it into your position. So I've just got it there, and slide down. So there's the end now, my fingers. And one thing I'm going to do, make sure it's a nice clean cut with a pair of scissors, just so you've got a nice easy edge when you're trying to slide it through these float silicone. Now I've already got some float silicone on there. I've just chopped it, probably about 1/2 inch long every one. So I'm just going to take it back off the float. And then I'm going to pass the line through the top of the eye, like so. Try to do it back to front. Just going to pass it through the eye. So the float's on the line now, look. But obviously it's dangling down because the rubbers are not supporting it. So what you're going to do, put your rubbers on. Now ideally, when you're fishing with your pole floats, you want 3 to 4 rubbers on, just so it doesn't move. So I'm just going to pop that one on first. All you do is just slide that one on there, slide the stem of the float into the middle of the rubber, and just slide it on like so. So you see now, my float's on, gripped to my line by the float stop, or the line silicone. Not line silicone, pole silicone. I can't talk there. So just pop the other one, repeat it for all the other 3. One more. Now with your last one, I like to have it so you have a little hang on the end. So it's nice and overlap. And you got the other one on there. Now, so your float is firmly on your line now. So now, just move it up so it's out of the way slightly. take your line, just double it over on itself, you create a loop. Now just create another loop in there. So you've got a loop, this bit here, and then you've got a loop there. Simply get your loop tyre, give it 2 spins around of the furthest loop to yourself, and then with the loose loop at the other end, just pull it off, pull it tight, and you've created the loop there. So now we need to get this rig the length of the rig board, as you can see. So what I'm going to do is just turn that in, lock it in place, make sure it's in the correct bit. Going over there, as you can see it's all loose down. So now I'm just going to tighten it up, lift it off, spin it round. So there we go. So my rig is tight on my rig board, and as you can see, I've got my shotting pattern already marked out here. So all I'm going to do is open my shuttle, drop a few on the desk. Gonna need 2 more. Gone everywhere there. Try not to lose too many. So I've got what I need there on the desk. Now literally, you'll have grooves in your shot. So literally put the groove of the shot onto the line, pull it down, and take your shot pliers. Simply just give it a firm squeeze so it's locked in position. Now I'm going to repeat that 7 more times. Quite fiddly. 7 more times, all spaced an inch apart. So that's 2. 3. Now you may ask, why have I got this style of shotting pattern? Well, because you'll be fishing on the bottom, you want everything to be dead fast and dead positive and dead efficient. So this is why you've got a little strung bulk of really heaviest shot you can really use on a pole rig, number 8. So you've got that, so it just sits straight quick, dead quick, straight away. So we've got 5 on there now, 2 more. It should be enough. If not, we'll just add a little more on a bang, but it should be fine, that one. Now 1 more. Like I said, it's just dead positive rig. The fish are feeding on the bottom early spring. The odd time they come shallow, but they're fishing on the bottom. Catch them on pellets. Sometimes worm comes into it in a few weeks' time. But soft pellet fishing, you can't beat it. So there we go. I've got my shotting pattern on there. You see how quick and easy it is. And we float. Now you may ask, when I take this off, how do I know I've got to get it the right depth onto my winder? Well, I like to just simply take it off, and say if you're just under 6 foot, or your length is a bit over, I just do it an arm's length. So I've just got it like in my arm there, pull it back, an arm's length, so you can take it off just a little bit more. So I've probably done that rig 7 foot now. 7 foot, so it's all dangling around everywhere. So what I'm going to need to do is get to the end of the line where you just took it off. You won't have lost it now. And literally just do an overhand loop. So put them together, spin around. Ooh, 1 more. Go through twice just so it's nice and strong. But what'll happen is you'll end up cutting this off anyway, because when you do your rigging, unless you're fishing 6 foot deep, but a lot of the time you'll be fishing 2.5, 3 foot, 4 foot, so you'll be cutting it off. So you've got your rig all made up there nicely. Now, with this, see, there's a little ridge next to the triangle there. You want to place, try not to tangle your rig up, you want to place your loop you did into that ridge, like so, and then literally wind your rig on. Now you see it's got an in-groove there and a flat back on the side there. You want it, the float sitting in the in-grooved. Now I like to just do it on one side of the pin in the middle. Ooh, try and get it in the middle. Just one side of this, because you can get 2 floats on a winder, and it just makes you more space, you can get more rigs in a tray. Just convenient. And then what you want to do is when you get to your end, you've got your nice big loop which you made, which you're going to be cutting off there. And you see this black thing, pop it over that and slide it up. And that is your rig for your springtime F1 fishing complete. All you got to do is get out there, catch some F1s. Thank you for watching, guys. If you like what you see, don't forget to subscribe and turn on that notification so you don't miss any future videos.